Coming to you live from Goodfoot Skates, right here in Dallas, Texas.
Sanders, aka Quadzilla. This is my shop, Goodfoot Skates. Just wanted to let everybody know, come out to Dallas's #1 roller skate shop. We sell nothing but roller skates and only the best ones. We got all the brands, all the things you need. We are seriously passionate about roller skating because we do it all. We play roller derby, we skate in the skate parks, we rhythm skate at the rinks, we do the outdoor trail skating. Anything you can think of on skates, we're doing it, and we can provide you with those skates and the parts you need right here at Goodfoot Skates. So come down and see us. We're in Oak Cliff near the Bishop Arts District. See you out there.
Oh, nice to meet you. Once again, we've already done that, but anywho, it felt like the right thing to do. So again, he owns Goodfoot Skates, and he invited me into his space so that we can talk skating. There is so much that I don't know personally. I'm sure you do because you have been skating for how long?
Right now, about 46 years.
Wow! Older than me. That's a
Older
long
than a lot of
time.
people I skate with, but yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
46 years. And tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, when you fell in love with skating, why you enjoy skating.
I'm from Tacoma, Washington, little city just south of Seattle. Started skating when I was about 7 years old. Dad was a skater. Mom skated a little bit. You know, most of the family skated just recreationally. I probably fell in love with skating probably in my teens, probably 12, 13 years old was when I like really got into it. You know, you always start because you go with other family members. Like, you know, when you're younger, it's just like, no, you go on skating, that's what we're doing.
Right.
So you're like, all right, cool, we're gonna go skate. And then after a while, you start getting into it, like, you know, doing the tricks, seeing all the cool people, seeing what they're doing. That's the thing. So after that, you know, when you actually start doing it on your own, you become a little more accomplished. Then you actually like it.
Right.
So that's when it happens.
You don't feel as forced. So skating is not a new phenomenon. Obviously, you've been doing this for 46 years.
Yeah.
How would you say skating benefits an individual holistically?
It's gonna be like any kind of, you know, hobby, any kind of recreational activity that you can take and use in whatever way like makes you feel good, you know. So it's people who like to run, people like to skate, people like yoga, people like climbing, all these different activities that people do on a daily basis, which like either one gives them purpose, two makes them feel good, is a stress reliever, is kind of like therapy. That's kind of like, you know, what skating does for a lot of people. Myself, I just like the activity of skating. Part of it is somewhat nostalgic because it takes me back to, you know, being a kid and being around all my friends and, you know, knowing that, you know, my family skated, my dad skated. A lot of things that happened in my life revolved around skating. So you kind of think of that, but then it's also one of those things where you can just forget about everything else and it's just you and the skates and the music, and that's all you're caring about. I just want to get my groove on. I want to jam. I don't want to care about what's going on outside. I don't care about what these people are doing. But for those 2 or 3 hours or however many hours you're skating, it's just you and the groove and your skates, and that's all you're really caring about.
I read a couple of articles now that you mentioned that. One was it was about a skate club, I believe. They're not based out of Texas, they're based out of California, but there's a group of them in Dallas as well. And one of the women mentioned that skating saved her, especially particularly during the pandemic, because it essentially brought her out of depression from that.
Yep.
Do you have any experience or with your teammates or people that you train that it helped specifically in that way?
Oh, definitely. We had, you know, during the pandemic was when there was a huge skating explosion. So lots of people either started skating or got reacquainted with skating because of the pandemic. You know, it happened with a lot of sports that were outside, you know, bicycles, kayaks, you know, running, whatever. So a lot of people got back in touch with skating, like, oh, I didn't realize how much fun this was. And, you know, and I used to do it all the time as a kid, and now I'm coming back. So it helped them, one, with their health and fitness because they couldn't go to the gym, they couldn't go and work out, they couldn't do all the other activities. but they could slap on a pair of skates, go out there, get some miles in, get their cardio in, full body workout. But it also kept them from going stir crazy, being stuck in the house and thinking that, oh, the world's going to come to an end because I have to stay here, I have to socially, whatever the space and distance and all that stuff. But I think, when skating came back around and people started getting more involved in it, they found a bigger community, and they became a part of something that was a whole lot bigger than what they thought it was. So they came in just on, oh, we're just going to get some skates, we're going to go out and roll, and that's it. But then they started seeing pockets of people doing the same exact thing everywhere, and then they delve into the actual skate community and skate culture, and they find something completely different that they were never exposed to. So the pandemic actually brought more exposure to, what we call as the culture of the skate community, and it's made it bigger, and it's everywhere. Everybody's skating. And there's a lot of people who were like, if I didn't have skating, I probably would have went crazy, just thinking, I have nothing to do. I have no purpose right now, but just sitting here and waiting. So skating kind of did that, for them. They reached out on social media, and then they had these connections to everyone via social media, like, hey, I'm skating. Oh, you're skating too. Oh, I like that move. I'm gonna try that move. Hey, did you see this one here? Oh yeah, she's doing this move. Oh, let's all do it. So then, everybody starts learning the trends, learning the different styles, learning the different moves, and all of a sudden you got 50 friends that you've never met before, but you're all family because you all skate and you've been doing this whole trend.
This is Women's History Month, as we all know, and I have the pleasure of sitting with Huckleberry Jen. She is a member of a roller derby team, and I hear that she is one of the top, if not the top, roller derby skate members on her team. I just wanted to ask her a couple of questions as it pertains to skating and mental health and wellness, etc., since we are women supporting women and uplifting each other. This is also a reminder that we're having an event, a skating event, and you should come out and support. So, would you please tell us what skating does for you, means to you, how it helps you holistically?
Absolutely, and thank you for speaking with me today. I will not deny the claims that somebody made over there, but so we have a saying in roller derby that we break our bodies to save our souls, because roller derby is a full contact sport. So if you've never seen it, we like to describe it as if football, a relay race, and chess had a baby. So there's a lot of strategy going on, but there's a lot of physicality to the sport. So with any full contact sport, there are injuries, but we find such a community in derby and skating through derby that we are able to save ourselves from things that maybe the world puts on our shoulders. For me personally, I've struggled with depression and anxiety throughout my life, and derby gives me an outlet for that. And even though it is a very physical and aggressive sport, it is a very uplifting and community-based sport. Traditionally, in the last 10 to 12 years, roller derby has been a female-only sport. It has developed past that. There are men's leagues, there are open gender leagues, there are juniors leagues, but it started out as women looking for a place to go where maybe they didn't fit the mold elsewhere. And derby gave them that community and that space. So you see women from all walks of life, all paths, all backgrounds, in a space that uplifts them and challenges them. And so I think that quote is very fitting. We may, break a collarbone or ankle, but we've saved ourselves in the process.
Wow. I'm like speechless. Like, where do you go from there? How long have you been skating?
I've been skating roughly 7 years. It gets a little weird. We try to track the pandemic years in there too. I skated as a kid. I was on rollerblades then, and derby's on the quad skates that look more like, those. But, as a kid, I would hang out at the rinks. I was a little rink rat and did all this stuff. But I didn't find derby until later in life. And it was one of those things. I'd moved to a new town. I didn't know anybody. And weirdly, I knew someone who played for a team, and they helped me get in contact with the team that I started working with. And yeah, I've been on skates since.
Wow. Incredible. Local to Dallas, roller derby team is actually having a competition this weekend. I'm sure you can find her on all the socials at
Huckleberry Jen. I think it's like Huckleberry _Jen, a lot of things. But if you look up Huckleberry Jen or Zolly Saxon is my government name, you should be able to find me on social media. Or if you just go to DallasDerbyDevils.com, it's DerbyDevils.com. We have our website and all of our information on there. Dallas Derby Devils you can find on Instagram, social media. I think we even have a Twitter and a TikTok. And they'll have information about the tournament this weekend where there are actually teams from around the country coming in to compete, and our juniors teams are competing as well.
Nice. A little global interaction there. I love that. So I'd imagine you travel to other states for roller derby competitions as well.
We do, for sure. I know last year my team particularly went to Ohio. This year we're going to South Carolina. I work with a couple other teams and leagues, so I'll be in Arizona this year. I was in California last year. I'd be in Denver later this year helping out with the men's league as well.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much for briefly chatting with me. Again, she's having a competition. We're having a skating event as we are supporting a nonprofit organization who disseminates sanitary products to those who do not have access to them or maybe have a lack of access to them. We're going to collect at Arlington Stadium, and we're also going to skate. So if you would like to come join us to make a difference, please do that. Saturday, March the 30th, 3 to 5 p.m. And this is your episode of Women Supporting Women as we bring two worlds together here at Goodfoot Skates in the Bishop Arch. And bring your Goodfoot.
The pandemic definitely moved the needle on skating as far as, getting popular again or being reintroduced to the general public. And now it's just, it just keeps going and going.
Now you have Usher incorporated in his concerts
Yep.
and performances. So
Yeah, you see all the commercials, you see all the things in movies and ads, advertisements. Everybody's got roller skating something in it. And now everybody's doing a skate party. It's kind of like, oh, we're doing a skate party, man. Yeah, that was fun. That was cool. We're gonna go get some skates. We're gonna roll around. But it is the fun thing to do again.
Yeah.
So.
So you own Goodfoot Skates, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
You also are a coach.
I'm a coach, roller derby coach. I play roller derby. I teach skating lessons. I do a little bit of everything. Yeah, all the things.
So what made you want to own your own skate store?
And
what can you find in your skate store?
I don't know if I necessarily started out to want to own a skate store. I've been involved in the industry for, almost 30 years or more, just on every level. Running a skating rink, being a manager, being a DJ, and then being a pro skater, being a sponsored athlete for skates, and then doing design work, creative director for different brands and different companies. So I've always had my finger in there somewhere with, skating as far as, every avenue, speed skate, roller derby, dance skate, rhythm skate, aggressive skating, inline skating. So this was just kind of like a natural progression of, what I've been doing. I moved down here to work for somebody else who had a skate business. I did that for about a year and a half. And then after that, I was like, okay, well, I'm still here in Dallas. I was only supposed to be here about a year or so, but I ended up staying. So I'm like, okay, well, what's the next step here? I'm like, Dallas don't have a skate shop. And I think I know a little bit about roller skates and skating. So maybe I should just open up a shop. So I did it. Flipped a couple of pairs of my sneakers at the sneaker con. I came down here, stacked up a couple of dollars, and found this little spot here from a customer of mine. And here I am 3.5 years later. Still in the spot. So
that's amazing. So what can one find at Goodfoot Skates?
Anything roller skating, quad roller skating affiliated, associated with that. We got wheels, we got bearings, we got custom sneaker skates. You can bring in your own sneakers, we can turn them into skates. We have all the top brands in roller skating: Rydell, Jackson, Sure Grip, Von Merlin, Antic, Kaya, and we do repairs, we do service. So if you got old skates, we can get them fixed up back in working condition. If you got old boots, we can get them repaired some way, shape, or form. We do customization, airbrushing on all your stuff. Custom sizes, custom makeups, full customs, semi-customs. So yeah, we got all the stuff. So if I can't get it, you probably don't need it.
Wow, that is.
Oh yeah, and we do skate lessons.
Okay.
Do skate lessons during the week. Throughout different rinks at in the Metroplex area. Wednesday night we do adult night, adult skating lessons from 7 to 8:30 at the rink in Garland called Westlake.
Okay.
So we do that. I do some derby skate, cardio fitness workout skating on Tuesday nights from 7:30 to 8:30 in Mesquite. I'm putting together some more classes for somewhere down South Dallas and maybe out towards Fort Worth. So yeah, trying to
branch it out.
Trying to hit everybody in every area.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
And then play roller derby. So
and you can be found on Goodfoot Skates.
Yep, on all the social media. Yeah, Facebook, Goodfoot Skates, Instagram at Goodfoot Skates, Google, Yelp.
Yelp.
Yeah,
wherever you need to find, you can find.
Wherever you look, you're gonna find us. Skating in general, when people get involved, they find out that it builds a lot of community. Like you learn about the community, you learn about the culture, but the community aspect of it brings more people in, and they feel part of something bigger than what they're just doing by themselves. So that community part is a really big part of why skating has exploded so much.
I'm glad you mentioned that because we are having an event. It is a Skate for a Cause event. Myself and a local DJ, we are collaborating to collect a donation of sanitary products for She Supply. They are a DFW resource and they collect products to disseminate them through homeless shelters, women's shelters, and they're working to partner with schools in the near future. So we are asking you to come out to our Skate for a Cause event. It's going to be at Arlington Stadium, Saturday, March the 30th from 3 to 5 p.m. Bring a friend, bring an unopened sanitary product package so that we can give it to She Supply. And that is how this community is coming together. We are bridging the gap from one community to the next. Come out, mingle with us, skate, exercise, get to know one another, and more importantly, make a difference.